Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I've got a gameplay here, as always. I'm going to stop saying that. By the way, that last video I just uploaded, if you don't play StarCraft 2, it's pretty much like the most ridiculous thing in the world to do. It's kind of like, you know, getting a six-man clutch or ace in Search and Destroy with a riot shield. It's pretty obnoxious, but it's really funny. But anyway, don't worry, I'm not going to turn this into a StarCraft channel. I might post, you know, the odd video of other games, but they'll usually be just like really short clips that are kind of funny. But this gameplay here is actually one of the ones I'm the most proud of, I think. I don't know. I've gotten 2 Barrett MOABs so far. I'm still struggling to get any other snipers. I mean, I'm sure I could get an RSAS one relatively easy, but I don't use that gun very often. But I do have another Barrett MOAB besides the one that I've posted on my channel. It's already been posted on Green Goblin's channel and probably Group Brett 2's channel, but I'll post it on mine eventually if you haven't seen it. It's very similar to the first one I got. It's better, though. It's definitely better. It's probably about a minute faster. And before you're wondering, I cut out some parts of this gameplay. It was like 7 minutes long, I think. I didn't camp in it at all, pretty much. Like, I rushed around the entire time, which is why I think this is better than the MOABs I got, because, you know, I am rushing with a sniper rifle, and I get a lot of, you know, nice quick scopes. A couple of them were pretty ridiculous, but regardless, 30-4 is the final score, so it's a good score for free-for-all, especially since I think one of my deaths I failed with the USPs, and one of them I get a hit marker. The guy just sprays me down, but, yeah, what can you do? But yeah, no, so this is definitely one of my favorite gameplays. I mean, I did rush around the whole time. It's just there were some parts that were kind of slow, and my kill streaks didn't get as many kills as I had hoped, and I just cut out a few parts. So let me know what you guys think of that. I can post the whole gameplay from now on if you want, but you know, I'm just cutting out the boring parts. It's not like you're missing anything, but you know, let me know about that. And that's not really what I wanted to talk about. I've had a pretty tough last couple days. More specifically, my mom and my dad have had a very, very tough last few days because my mom was born in a really small town in northern Ontario, which is pretty much a mill town. And if you know what that is, I think in probably the early 1900s, when they started building paper mills everywhere, they built one up in northern Ontario, just obviously to make paper. But the thing with the mills is that they have massive amounts of chlorine and gas, and I've been to her hometown. It smells like shit because of all the the shit they dump out of the mill. And the mill is pretty much what keeps the town going. It's what provides most of its income, I guess. And the rates of cancer there are ridiculously high. So the reason why my mom has been so upset the last few days is pretty much her best friend since like 6th grade has terminal brain cancer. So terminal means she's definitely not going to get better. Probably has like a week left to live, and it's really too bad. She was a really nice lady, and she's only probably 52 or 53, which is really upsetting. But the place where her house is located is pretty much right across the river between Post Falls, Minnesota, and Fort Frances, Ontario. And basically, what happens is all the shit comes over the river, and I think in her household, she's had cancer. Her dad had cancer. Her brother had cancer. Her husband died of cancer. And in the house next door to that is another one of my mom's friends. He's had testicular cancer. His wife's died from cancer, and it's just terrible. I mean, stuff like that. It's so sad. I mean, I understand maybe 80 years ago when they didn't even know what they were doing with these chemicals. And here I just cut out part after I spawned. I understand like 80 years ago when they didn't even know what they were doing with these chemicals, but I mean, come on, it's 2012. Did they not have the right regulations and stuff on these chemicals to be able to regulate them? And I think I said regulate there twice. Not. And I get a hit marker here and spray the guy down, but I think I get paid for it here. I get another hit marker and then sprayed down myself. So kind of deserve that. Barrett spraying is really obnoxious, but anyway, I mean, come on, like, why are they still spewing out obviously carcinogenic materials? Apparently the cancer rate there is like 50% higher than anywhere else. And I think in the U.S. alone, 1 in 2 people in 50 years from now will have had cancer. Now, there's an interesting thing about cancer that I was reading, and what cancer is, look at this guy get fucking turned on so badly. It's so weird cutting into the gameplay from here. But promising thing about cancer is that apparently what it does, cancer is your cells runaway divide, and they don't stop dividing basically, which can turn into a tumor. And what they're doing now, they think, is because your immune system doesn't attack cancer usually because it's some of your own cells, is that they're using the AIDS virus to take the code or the genetic code for the cells that are massively reproducing or causing the cancer, and embedding that in the AIDS virus, which attacks your immune system and causes your immune system to recognize the cancerous cells as bad for you and starts attacking them. So I think that's definitely, you know, the closest we are to curing cancer. But that's just my thoughts. Anyway, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.